All right. What actions did the U.S. do that were illegal in the sense of the native treaties? And what did they do that were illegal in making the treaties? And when the treaties were made, what did they do that was illegal in the sense of what was in the treaties?
Okay, as far as making the treaties, they wrote down treaties. Treaties are written documents, and they wrote down it in English to people who did not speak English necessarily, and they had to use translators. That translators may or may not have been translating accurately, and the people that signed it may or may not have understood the written word. They did not have written languages. The Plains Indians did not have written languages. There were spoken languages. So they, when entering into these, the people may not have fully understood what they were doing. Some of the people may not have been true leaders of their tribes. It's hard to tell exactly on some of them. After they were entered into, it was the job of the U.S. government to keep white people out of Indian lands. And they did that for a while, but then starting about 1873 or so, you had a depression or a recession, and the government needed to get kick-started. And there had been gold found in Montana and California and all these other western states. And you also had the railroads wishing to lay more track to come west. People wanted to come farm, people wanted to come ranch, they wanted to come west. And there was some, the Lakota were very protective of the Black Hills, not letting anybody in, including army patrols. But they kind of got some, excuse me, they kind of got an idea that they were going to send an exploration in, and it was the Army decided that they want to send in General Custer, or Colonel Custer at the time, to lead an expedition into the Black Hills. And in that expedition were miners and geologists and newspaper people, and they came in 1874 to the Black Hills. And they didn't really line it up with the Lakota at the time and let them know what they were doing necessarily. And they came in to explore. The Army felt that they have a right to explore any territory. The Black Hills was a very unknown place because it was guarded very heavily by the Lakota. So they went in and they had their expedition, and they were mapping. They also had to map the area because nobody that they knew of had been here. And they found gold. And gold, gold was found in the Black Hills. So that started a rush. And then you had the town of Deadwood spring up, along with other mining camps, but Deadwood was kind of the big one. And Deadwood was an illegal settlement in the Black Hills until the United States government decided to take the Black Hills and open it up to non-Indians. But it was, they let Deadwoods flourish and grow, and it was a town that was not supposed to be there in the Black Hills.
So how did the United States go about letting the Black Hills be open then?
They opened up for land out here in the prairie and such, under Homestead Acts, and the Black Hills, miners started coming into and they were protecting the miners.
So they refuted the original treaty?
Basically, yes. That's what the Supreme Court said in the landmark decision, that the United States broke that treaty and took this land.
We have